Hello, I tried so hard to get to you yesterday, but this energy of this new moon is certainly doing its thing with me. So let's talk. So it's an Aries new moon, happy Aries new moon, but also there are 6 planets in Aries right now, Chiron being one of them. And secondly, Mars has a conjunction to Saturn in Aries, and I'll be referencing all of that throughout this reading. So it is quite the fiery time. Everything in our life is on fire. What a time to be alive. What we do know is that something is in its early stages, and that means that something has just ended. So if this newness is also filled with grief on your part, it might be filled with a lot of rage and a lot of discomfort. The feeling of anger and uncomfortableness is palpable at this time. A seed is now becoming the foundation of a new form. And that new form comes from all your previous identities, even the identities of your ancestors. So you are waking up to your ashe or your ancestral power in this moment. And for that to happen, many things are falling apart or have recently fallen apart. Fire is an activator. It is a starter. It is a spark. And in Aries, it pushes you to act, and it pushes you to act right now. It is the impulse. It is the activation. It is the raw power behind birth. With Mars in Saturn conjunction, it is most likely the old versions of ourselves that we are waging war against. That version of yourself that is frustrated and exhausted by your own patterns that we've created. We have been complicit in creating the patterns which now we're pissed off at, right? Which now we're frustrated with. And now we're seeing clearly that these patterns have not served us. So that's part of the anger. That's part of the rage. That's the rage that turns inside when we realize that we have been giving our power away and not really standing in our power in multiple situations. And we're ready. We're ready for the new change. And not only are we ready for the new change, this multiverse is ready for the change with us. And hence, all of these fire starter planets being at a point of beginning, being at a point of the dynamic, pure energy force of birth. So familiar structures that don't support us have to fall. And this may not be easy. You see, Saturn is all the lessons that you have learned. And if you haven't learned it, Saturn has a way of repeating it so that we can choose different and become different this time around. Saturn is ancestral contracts that we may still be living under. Saturn is about the law and about the boundary and about how far you can go. And a lot of this is how far we can go in our ancestral contracts that have us living outside of our power. So there may be a few contracts right now on the table, Saturn, the Lord of Karma, and Aries or Mars, the Lord of Action, requiring us to take action to end. And so we may have to adjust many of these hereditary or ancestral contracts that we're still living under in order for our new identity to take hold. So a new identity is on its way. And the question is, who do you want to be if you can identify with anything in this multiverse? Who do you want to be? Identification creates magic. We can change the world just by being who we say we are. Who are you? Who do you want to be right now? And this is about being who you say you are. This is about you standing in your individuality. And individuality doesn't mean individualism, nor does it mean selfishness. It means who are you when you have to stand alone, when you have to stand in your ashe, which might be very different from other people around you. Are you able to do that? Now, we have Chiron, which is also in Aries. So now we can actually see the wound that has kept us when Chiron in Aries. This is about the wound that has stolen your self-confidence. This is about the wound that has denied your power. This is about the wound that has got you thinking that you're not it. And we know that you are. So this Chiron in Aries, at this time, we can see the wound and we can choose different. We can stand up and say, we are actually every single thing that we say we are. And that is the healing that Chiron in Aries can provide. It is a brand new day, and you are not the same. You are not the same today. You are not the same tomorrow, and you certainly are not the same that you were last week or even yesterday. So let this fire starter of a time deliver you directly to your destiny. Do you understand me? What we do know that the energy of this time will cause a shift, and this shift has staying power. This shift is going to last for some time. So decide, who do you want to be? What is this brand new identity? What is all this fire bringing? What is it burning away? And what is it showing you about the truth about yourself? What is it showing you about all these different paths that we have walked over the last decade? And where has that led you to? Who has it led you to become? Now, it's time to act, but I'm not here to tell you that there's not going to be blocks. Saturn, as I said, is about blocks. It is about the restriction. It is about the law. It is about authority. It is about, oh, the ancestors only went this far. How could I dare go further? How can I move bigger than anyone in my family has ever moved? How can I move bigger than any of my people in my friend group? How can I move bigger than any of the people in my community? Yes, you're going to find some blocks, human and otherwise, right? So you're going to find some blocks, and it may require effort to get around them. But listen, I have all the faith in you, and I know that you can do it. Take good care of yourself, because everybody is feeling this way. So it's not just you. Everybody is prepared to stand in who they say they are. So it could be literally a wildfire out there. Watch your head, and watch your head quite literally. Aries rule the head and the circulatory system. Head injuries could be big at this time. Also, anything related to the circulatory system and the head, like strokes, and watch your head and take good care of your blood pressure. Remember, this is not about stress. This is about claiming, right? So we can rest and claim, right? So action doesn't necessarily have to be action that's outward. This can also be action that's inward, in terms of getting deeply in touch with who you are and reclaiming that. And there's an egg being hatched here. Aries is about the hatching of that new identity. So yes, it may require some rest in this time of pure action, particularly on a new moon. So take your time, go slow. Don't let anybody stress you out with their new becoming. You got your own becoming to become. So don't let anybody get to you and stress you out and cause your thoughts to be heavy and cause your thoughts to be without clarity. So one of the things that I'm going to do is ask you to slow down, keep a cool head, head washing is really, really recommended at this time. Wearing white on our head as much as possible. We may want to wear white all over our bodies, but wearing white on your head is beautiful. I recommend a white bath. We make them at Sacred Botanica if you're trying to get one. A white bath would be really helpful for this time. Wearing white covering or tying your head down with white while going to sleep to keep your mind cool and calm. If we're going to make a head wash, I recommend making it out of plants such as basil, rosemary, sage. These are all really beautiful plants for caring for your ori or caring for your head, keeping peace and keeping calm throughout this fiery time so that your thoughts are clear, your thoughts are precise, your thoughts are to the point, and so that you can get out of the fogginess and have clarity in developing this new identity that is coming your way. Lastly, I recommend, if possible, over the next couple weeks, not to schedule any surgeries if you can avoid it. There are some that we may not be able to avoid, so just call in protection and move forward. But if there's any surgery that you can avoid with all these planets in Aries, Aries rules the blood, and yeah, this could be a time that we could really bleed out. But this, I don't want to stir any additional fear into you. All I'm saying is if you can avoid it, do it. If you have to do it, call in protection over yourself. So yes, those are my recommendation for this fiery time. Connect to water, protect your head, use the plants that will calm you down. I love lemon balm for this time. It could be the tea that you're drinking or the lemon. You could create a lemon balm, lemonade, and drink it all day. Add some rose into there. Peace to your heart, because Aries also rules the energy of the heart. Peace to the heart and peace to the mind at this time. Sending you so much love until we talk again. Bye-bye.